chance to boost your score. It was an inside joke.
Taco got stolen. Where is it? Hey guys, Stephen Gutowski here, back with another episode of Games and Guns with my lovely girlfriend Rachel Jurado again. That's you. Stop looking around. So this week we're going to be playing
Taco Bandits.
The new game type for Plants vs. Zombies, which is a game, if you've watched any of our other videos, that you know we love.
Oh, it's my favorite game.
It's one of my favorite, and it's definitely Rachel's absolute favorite.
Obsessed with it.
It's a great game, one of the best. I like Destiny a little bit more, but this game is still great, and it's still going strong. And
I
still
like
updating
it because you can compete with children whose moms are yelling at them while they're playing video games.
Yes.
There's some rude kids out there.
I don't doubt that.
They just don't answer to their mothers.
I mean, with Xbox, I stopped listening to what other people were saying in the chat rooms like 5 years ago. So.
Oh well, but you know, like sometimes when it's loading, it'll show like before you can like turn it off.
Right.
You can hear their audio. So I heard some kid like just ignoring his mother. I hope he ends up in jail.
Okay.
So,
jeez.
not for ignoring his mom, because he's probably a bad kid. So.
I don't think that would help his mom if he ends up in jail.
Well, she won't have to support his loser ass.
Well, okay.
I mean, I'm sure the kid's gonna grow up to be a loser. So.
Well, that's...
Maybe it's her fault. Maybe she deserves it.
Maybe. So, I haven't played this yet.
It's awesome. Sunflower's kind of a useless character, though.
For people who haven't played the game, what is...
Oh, it's Capture the Flag.
What's Taco Bandits?
It's basically Capture the Flag.
But with tacos. Right?
Yeah, it's Capture the Taco. I also like it because I feel like Gardens and Graveyards is very heavily tilted toward the zombies, whereas I feel like this one's much more tilted towards like the plants. So it's kind of cool to have like two game types that are like that add like a little parody to the game.
Right. Hey, look at this guy. He's building defenses around me.
Yeah, you should probably make yourself useful and like change character types though.
Well, it's the sun power. But we're also going to be talking about the Secret Service today too.
Speaking of tower defense,
this episode, the Secret Service is worse at defending Obama than I am at defending this taco.
Yeah, totally useless. They're just throwing down potted plants the whole time while people are jumping over the fence.
Basically, if you haven't heard yet, there was a crazy guy that jumped the fence at the White House like a week or two ago. And he got inside the White House, which is the big deal. He jumped the fence, which a lot of people have done before, but he also managed to get inside of the actual White House. He walked right in through the front door, actually.
It's hard to remember your keys.
But the front door was unlocked for some bizarre reason.
Was it the front door?
Yeah, it was the front door. The door you would, like, the actual front door. He just walked straight in the front door. He wasn't shot for some reason. I guess the Secret Service said that they didn't think he was armed or something, so they didn't shoot him. He did turn out to be armed, actually. He had a knife on him. It was like a pocket knife. He didn't hurt anyone, I guess. But,
they better ban those in DC.
Right, no, they probably already do.
Yeah, that's true. Concealed weapon.
Oh gosh. But, get out of here, stupid zombie.
Oh, they're too soft.
Oh yeah! Boom! Tacos are mine. I wish you got an actual taco when you were in this game. After news broke that this guy jumped the fence, got into the White House, at first the Secret Service said, he only just got inside the door and then we tackled him. So, no biggie, no big deal, whatevs. But then it turned out, it came out more recently that this guy got in the White House, he had a knife on him, he made it all the way to the East Room, which is pretty far into the White House. Like, he was roaming around in there. And so basically the Secret Service lied about what happened at first. Oh, taco. So it's like a silver taco.
Yeah, that guy was foiled by his own seed bags. The music is so good. I love the mariachi band.
I love the theming. They always keep great theming with this game.
No, the music yeah, I love the music.
Everything's always really well done in this game, which is pretty cool.
Hey, I played
Like
with
a
Johnny and
second
Tommy McToodles. They were really good.
Ah, the McToodles brothers.
I remember I was in the lobby with them one time, and they were awesome.
So they had lied to everybody about how far this guy got. He got a lot further. He went right past the stairs to the residence area to where like the Obamas actually live. And I guess some of them were there. Obama wasn't there, and Michelle wasn't there, but...
was Bo there?
I don't know. The dogs were probably there.
He's obviously not a good guard dog. I actually have a story about almost killing a member of the first family.
What? What's that?
When I went to the first...
You tried to murder a member of the first family?
I didn't try to murder. I could have, though. I could have.
Well, that's...
Yeah, do you want to hear the
Yeah.
story? So, it was during the first National Book Festival in, like, 2001. And that was actually, like... I remember the date was, like, September 8th or something. Like, it was right before 9/11. It was, like, in a little corridor of a building. I think it was the Library of Congress, but... so they, like, just put up, like, little barriers, I guess, and, like, kind of just sectioned off an area. But it was outside. It was relatively easy to get in. I don't think you needed tickets. It was just, like, an open event, because it was, like, the opening session to just kick off the book festival. And, like, Laura Bush was there. And I got into, like, the first row. And, like, I had a little, like, messenger bag with me, and they checked it. Like, you know, like, when you go into, like, a ballpark or something like that, you just kind of open your purse. Like, you know when you open your purse that you have. And they just kind of, like, take a little stitch and, like, peek in there. And, like, that's what they did. But I forgot that, like, on one of the inner pockets...
your C4 in your purse?
I had pepper spray. So I totally could have pepper sprayed Laura Bush.
Laura Bush.
Not that I would ever do that. I love Laura Bush, but, like... Yeah,
so
that was...
sized about pepper spraying Laura Bush.
No, I love her. What are you talking about? She had my dream job, which is being a librarian. Yeah, that was definitely pre 9/11 security. Like, I'm sure that it was after. Like, I'm sure no bags would have been allowed or anything like that. But it was a very, like, open event. I mean, security and, like, just in DC has definitely changed over the last 15 years. So.
Right. Then the House Oversight Committee had a hearing on the break-in. ISA and company, so to speak. So they had a hearing and they basically like lambasted the head of the Secret Service for, you know, being a complete failure. So what's the one job of the Secret Service? To protect, you know, the president and the White House.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. To keep the White House secure is like one of their most important jobs that the Secret Service has.
Keep knife guy out of White House.
Right. It's like super simple. It's important that we keep people like me unarmed in DC, but locking the White House door, that's another story. No big deal there.
Well, I'm sure that if you saw that guy jump the fence, you wouldn't have done anything because you're awful. You're just an awful person. Because you disagree with Barack Obama's policies, you want him dead.
Right. Right. Actually, that's like something that the New York Times basically said. They were surprised that Republicans are upset that the Secret Service failed so badly. Like there's an actual op-ed in the New York Times. It's like, why are the Republicans upset about this? They don't like Obama.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we don't like Obama. It doesn't mean we want him to be murdered.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking? Are you insane? It's so ridiculous. If you don't understand why Republicans are upset that the White House got broken into, then just because a Democrat is president, then you are an idiot.
Yeah, that's insulting. I mean, like...
It's just insane. This is a bipartisan thing. It's not... Politics has nothing to do with whether or not, the White House should be kept secure.
Yeah.
The Secret Service had resigned today. She resigned. She was not fired. She should have been fired. It's like no matter how bad you screw up as a bureaucrat in DC, you can't be fired.
Well, I mean, do you think it was...
Maybe he resigned, but you can't be fired. I don't care if...
one of those situations where they, like, give you the choice.
It doesn't matter. They shouldn't give you a choice. When you failed that completely, you should be fired. It's not just like a matter of her leaving office. It's a matter of principle. She should be fired. She did horribly. Under her watch, someone was able to break into the White House with a knife. The door is left unlocked. The alarm was turned. Like it's just
maybe someone was
no
letting
more
the dog
failure.
out real
Like,
quick, and they just were going to be right back, like me.
right, but there's no excuse at all for those kinds of like epic failures. It just aren't any. I don't care who's president. I don't care who the Secret Service head is. They should be fired. They shouldn't get the option of resigning.
Yeah, no, I agree.
This woman was also appointed, at least in part, for political reasons, because after the last big scandal of the Secret Service with the prostitution stuff, some people thought that there was too much of a macho attitude at the Secret Service, so they wanted to appoint this woman to take charge and fix that problem. And I don't know if this was the outcome they were expecting, but...
Were they having like a tea party during that time? That's why they didn't
Well,
announce the guy. Or
Or
whatever women do.
I don't know what it
They're
is.
in their boudoirs, powdering their noses.
Well, one thing that is, when he got to the front door, there was a Secret Service agent there. But he easily overpowered that person.
Yeah.
And I think at least in part that's because that person happened to be a woman. Obviously, I think women can be perfectly...
I mean, I beat you up all the time.
I think women are perfectly capable of being involved in the Secret Service and involved in even being the leader of the Secret
What
Service.
do you mean, like making sandwiches? Or what?
Right, like cooking for them.
Jeez.
No, there's plenty of things. There's plenty of positions where physicality and strength is not like the main consideration.
Whoa.
Where like strength and physical fitness isn't the main consideration for the position, and I think women are fine there. But I think there's an obvious difference between men and women when it comes to physical attributes. I know that maybe that makes me crazy in this day and age, but I'm pretty sure that a 225-pound muscular Secret Service agent, male Secret Service agent, would not have been as easily overpowered as
even
a female.
Yeah,
Secret
like
Service
even
agent.
if they were like taken by
practice.
surprise or something, like I mean, the fact is, if it was a big dude, it wouldn't have been as easy. I kind of wonder if like they put a woman on there because they thought it was like champagne duty. You know what I mean? Because like if you're like, oh, I'm at the front door of the White House, like obviously no one's gonna get it.
Right. I mean, that was my thought. Is like maybe it wasn't like a position they foresaw as being like a physically demanding position. I don't know exactly why she was the one at the front door, or what that post is. Maybe it's more of a administrative like a coordination type of position, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
instead of an actual like guard.
Thought it was best to kill you.
Here we go. Go, 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 go.
Who is that, Johnny
Yay!
McToodles? Is that Johnny McToodles?
I don't know. How could I know? Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, he's so good.
But I mean, I think it's a real question as to like, is the Secret Service becoming too politically correct, and maybe that's part of the reason that this stuff happens. I don't know. I think, like I said before, I mean, she was part of her appointment as the head of the Secret Service was politically motivated, and there's a female guard who was the only one who came into physical contact with this guy before he was captured, and she was overpowered. So I don't know.
Well,
it seems
Glenn,
to have played
quite the explanation.
It seems to have played some role in what happened, right? And I think just generic like bureaucratic incompetence is another.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there are a lot of factors and general, like, I mean, political correctness is basically like a lowering of standards, and it's just one form of the lowering of standards that we saw it play there. So,
right.
Whoa. They put on. I'm surprised they put on so many traps, and you guys are still. It seems like you guys still get it.
Oh, I had the taco. Yeah. Run!
You got 8
I'm gonna die.
Whoops. How come we didn't get to eat the taco? I feel bad for that chopper. I think he was just gonna put a taco over the instead.
I think part of it is like bureaucratic incompetence, just generally. I mean, I think a lot of times conservatives like to think that things like the military or the Secret Service are maybe a little bit immune to
Yeah,
the same
'cause
kind
they're,
of
like, the
bureaucratic
necessary-
nonsense
yeah,
as everywhere
just
else in the
because they're
government.
necessary parts of the
Yeah, and I'm sure I feel that way at some points too. But I think in reality, you look at the Secret Service, their history over the last few years, and they don't seem to be learning from their mistakes. They don't seem to be performing at the level that everybody likes to think that the Secret Service performs at. You know, at this super high level of this super like impenetrable force. There was the people, not the wedding crashers, the party crashers. Remember those people showed up at a party with the president that didn't have an invite and they got in anyway. Then there was someone shot at the White House a couple of years ago and hit it, and the Secret Service didn't even realize that they were gunshots.
Well, it's because guns are outlawed in D.C.
Right, so
there's like some cognitive dissonance. They didn't realize that, that was possible.
But not only did they not realize that, they thought it was a car backfiring somehow.
Yeah.
And they didn't even like investigate. You would think anything that sounds like a gunshot near the White House would be investigated instantly by the Secret Service, but it wasn't.
Yeah, because the thing
is, they didn't even
realize
that it hit the White House.
Yeah.
Until a maid found debris from it a while later.
Yeah, and it's kind of amazing because like if you've ever like shot outside, like it just like it's like so loud. Like how can you ever miss that?
It's the Secret Service. They should be investigating that. Even if it's just some firecrackers, who cares? Like, who cares? They should treat it like it's gunshots until they know for sure that it's not gunshots. You know? And then there was apparently Obama went to the CDC a while back, and he was put. Some random guy got on an elevator with him. Someone that I guess worked at this CDC, I think, something like that. But he's an ex-felon who was apparently carrying a firearm with him while he was on the elevator with Obama. Obviously, nothing happened to Obama, but the point is, like, why is some random person allowed on an elevator with the president like that without being vetted first? It's insane. And so,
well, I'm sure
and then you have this,
and then you have this. For it in the first place, right?
I don't know, whatever the reason and then like not only did that happen, but then once they figured out what had happened, the people at the CDC figured it out, and then the Secret Service told them not to report it.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to write it up.
Yeah.
So like, and then this, the breach of the White House happens, and it's like these guys haven't, they apparently are just as incompetent as any other government agency. And then obviously there was the prostitution thing, and then one of the agents was sent home for getting too drunk, I believe in Germany, not that long ago. And so there's just this long string of...
Yeah, and then they almost let Laura Bush get pepper sprayed by a crazy college freshman.
Right.
So.
But, like, there's this long string of mishaps and incompetence that apparently that goes unfixed.
Yeah.
And so that's another reason that this woman should have been fired instead of being allowed to resign, because what message does it send that she just is able to resign? She should be fired. It should be, you guys have... you've been completely incompetent. You haven't improved. There need to be drastic changes that go on there, and it makes you really question how safe the president is. This was just a crazy guy who jumped the fence and ran into the White House. He wasn't like some sophisticated attack from an actual terrorist or other state. There's movies like White House Down and whatever, there were two that came out at the same time.
Yeah, they're like highly orchestrated.
Plans. Like North Korea attacks with the AC-130 gunship and 5,000 agents, and they still have a really hard time getting into the White House. The same thing with like 24. There was a season where terrorists take over the White House, and it's like, apparently all you need to do is jump the fence and run right in through the front door. There's no real, what would happen in a real attack? And so it's just, there's no excuse.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. But
the White House shouldn't be shut off from the public. It's people's house, and you have to have some balance, but the first priority should always be protecting the president, whoever it is. It doesn't matter.
At least they'll probably get better at that.
We'll see.
Right, the White House perimeter.
We'll have to see.
That'll probably be a good thing that comes out of these crazy mishaps.
Yeah, well, hopefully. It hasn't improved in that's it for this week's episode.
Do you think the NSA watches it, or do you think this show is so bad they don't watch it?
The NSA has both of us on a list now. But they're
so
incompetent that it
somebody's
doesn't
watching
matter.
your show
Right.
now.
Right. But yeah, that's it for this week's episode, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, kiss the screen.
Burn your computer after watching this.
Give us a nice smooch. Please help us grow Games and Guns.
Help him get me out. Get him out of my apartment.
Yes, help me upgrade the equipment. Help me bring on more guests and produce more videos for you by donating to our fundraising drive. There's a link down in the description. Just click that link. It goes to GoFundMe, and it's very easy to just give us however much you can afford, $10,000, $20,000, $5,000, whatever your giving level is. We'll greatly appreciate that. And if we reach our goal of $2,000, Rachel gets to put makeup on me. Is that right?
Yep. Well, I mean, you're gonna get like a whole makeover, makeup, face makeup.
Yeah. So
Or I'll do your eyebrows, maybe film in, do a little plucking.
So if you'd like to watch Rachel embarrass me,
Don't see. This is the thing. I would try
That's
to
how you
make
can
you
do
look
it.
good. I wouldn't try to make you look like a whore or anything like that. I would try to make you look good. I would try to extra your features and stuff like that.
but yeah. So if you want to help us take the show to the next level, reach more people, get the word out to young people about that news and politicals.
Politicling? Do you want to get elbowed in the face?
Make sure you head on over there and donate whatever you can, and ask your friends, family, and acquaintances to do the same. But that's it for this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you next time.